We all felt it earlier this week. The frost is starting to bite. And if you're not prepared for the months ahead, your garden could be worse for wear when the warm weather returns in the spring.
Well, luckily, our garden guru, Doug Oster, is here to make sure that your garden game is in tip-top shape. So, Doug, first off, it's great to have you here. And tell us what we need to be doing now for the spring, really.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Planting bulbs. It's not instant gratification.
Right.
Okay, you know, you're taking this dried bulb, sticking it down in the ground, and spending a lot of time doing it.
Right.
To see the spring show. And, you know, like, a lot of times new gardeners ask me, like, why am I spending all this time to see something only bloom for like 3 or 4 weeks? I said, that is the beauty of it. We wait for it, we anticipate it. Especially daffodil season, it's the harbinger of spring.
Oh, yeah.
You know, once those daffodils are here, there's no turning back.
Right,
That's
right.
so nice. All right, so tell us what you have here.
So
what
let's
we
talk
can get
about
working on now.
the big four.
Okay.
So you got your tulips, you got your crocus, you got your hyacinth, and you got your daffodils. I've got a lot of daffodils here. When you are
these all daffodils?
Yes. When you're planting a bulb, it should be 3 times as deep as the bulb itself.
Okay.
Okay.
There is a daffodil.
Oh, look at that.
Now that's called 2 noses. Each one of those is a nose.
Okay, and
That's 3.
So do you plant this together?
Yeah, and that means 2 blooms. So if you're out at a nursery and you're looking for bulbs, and they have a big crate of them, I'm looking through them looking for 2 noses, 3 noses, because you're going to get, you know, that's 1 flower, that's 2 flowers, could be 3 flowers.
Ooh.
My favorite daffodil, though, is one called Sir Winston Churchill. And what was the question you asked me before we came on?
Oh, I said, what does Sir Winston Churchill have anything to do with daffodils?
They'll name different varieties after famous people. If you use the name Sir Winston Churchill, it has to be a great daffodil. It has to be strong and amazing. And all you need to know about this is it smells like gardenias.
Oh.
You know, you put 30 of these in a little bed, and in spring, when the wind blows, that fragrance will it's just amazing. I cut them, I bring them in, I'm like smelling them, giving them to my wife, smell this, smell this. I've smelled it already, okay?
Right. And what we did learn moments ago is the bulbs do not smell like
I thought it
Right.
For a second it was garlic.
we were sniffing them. Doug was just letting us sniff them, and it was
I feel like
yeah, those don't smell like
it
that.
was like
it's the flower that smells, guys.
It felt like a COVID test again. I was like, oh gosh, I can't smell this. We're in trouble.
So one of the things we do, just if you're going to be planting bulbs, you've got one this size. This is a lot easier to plant.
Because you're not going down as deep.
Right. And so the tool I use, and I bring it on all the time, is this bulb auger. This is a $25 item. It's made to last. You will pass it down to other generations, and that's what you want out of a garden tool. And all it is just a big drill bit. You can plant everything we have on this table in about a half hour with this tool.
Yeah, I mean, that makes it so much simpler.
It makes it fun. You know, there's a hand tool you use like this. That's cruel and unusual punishment for gardeners.
It is. Can we talk for a minute about the Pittsburgh tulip without the H?
So Pittsburgh, Kansas.
Oh, yeah, there is a Pittsburgh, Kansas.
But when I saw the name Pittsburgh for the tulip, I'm like, well, there's no H. That's okay. It's Pittsburgh,
It's
you know.
still Pittsburgh.
So it's a beauty, you know, very beautiful. And again, it has the name.
Yeah, you can tell people, oh, that's the Pittsburgh tulip.
There are a few off the beaten path bulbs that I love to tell people about. Snowdrops can bloom as early as January 15th.
Wow.
No kidding.
So you put those in now. If you put them close to the house, in the winter's right, could be January 15th. When those little white flowers bloom, I'm running around the house going, spring is here, spring is here. My wife's like, no, it's going to snow. It doesn't matter. Something's bloomed.
Something has bloomed.
No one's stopping us now.
That's the pick-me-up we need in January, though, so it's perfect.
Glory of Snow is another one. Deer resistant, makes this beautiful thing, beautiful carpet. And then love your lilies. Lilies are the queen of the summer garden. That fragrance, you plant them now, midsummer, you got these tall, beautiful blooms that have this amazing fragrance that in the humid air, it just fills the garden. And we're doing that all right now.
That's great. Okay, well, you keep these 2 noses. You keep those ones. Those
That's 4 noses.
4 noses for you.
Right.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, Doug. We appreciate it.
You can see Doug every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on the CBS streaming platform. You can go to kdka.com and follow the links. That's where you can also find Doug's blog.